Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Antony, and in today's video I'm going to go through different questions that have been asked on a Reddit post and answer them as best as I can. Now all of these questions are related to fashion, fashion school, fashion design, all of that sort of stuff, and even a little bit of styling as well. But before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help my channel to grow, especially that like button. It really helps the algorithm. Please also leave a comment. I like to chat to you guys and get to know you a little bit and build this fashion community up. Alright, okay, let's just get straight in there and start off with the first question. Can someone explain why the year for collections is always 1 year ahead? Like, for example, why is Spring/Summer 21 unveiled in like summer or fall of 2020? It's showing it early and meant to be in season for spring of 2021. Well, this is quite a simple one to answer. Basically, the reason that we show everything maybe a year in advance is because it's that buying scene. So when everyone's going to a fashion show, it's not to buy the stuff there and then, it's to buy the products to go into the store for the next year. Now it basically boils down to minimums or MOQs. And basically, it means that the designer can order more of the same garments and get it for a cheaper price. So at the fashion show, they're showing all of the stuff for that season, and then buyers come in from Selfridges, from Browns, from Harvey Nichols, all of these department stores, magazines and press and all of that sort of stuff, so people can start planning what they want to see, what they want to promote, and what they want to have in their shop for next year. And that's that. For the majority of people, the catwalks are basically showing the collection to all the buyers, stylists, all of that sort of stuff, so they can start planning for the next year. Okay, this one's a good one. So, online portfolios. Hi guys. So I'm a footwear designer and I'm wanting to create an online portfolio, but I'm unsure on how many projects should be included on the website. Also, does anyone know which website would be best to use? Okay, so let's just tackle the website first. So I currently use simple sites. However, I have been thinking recently that I want to upgrade and start using things like Wix or Squarespace just to kind of get a bit more of an elevated website, because in all honesty, simple site's good if you just want to get your projects on there and so you can show people what you can do without sending your portfolio digitally. But I do think we're in an age now where everything is so visual and people want to see nicer products online, and I think a good website shows you as a designer. Like if you've got a shitty website, then people aren't going to want to hire you because they're thinking, is this what you want to represent you? Personally, I would go for a Wix or a Squarespace. About how many projects to put in, that is down to personal preference. If you've got 100 projects, maybe just scale them back to your best 20 or something and try and categorize them into different areas. So if you're a footwear designer, categorize it into formal, sportswear, casual, and then maybe more summer shoes, espadrilles and all of that sort of stuff. So the people who want to hire you can just go to the section and see what they want to see. I wouldn't overload the website with loads and loads of different projects, but I definitely would want to show the amount of work that you can do. Okay, so this is a long one, so I'm only going to read the title, but I will put it up on the screen so you can read it fully if you like. Does anyone know why plus and curve are used seemingly interchangeable? Are the clothes actually cut different? No. So when people say plus or curve, that basically means that it is in a larger size. So if you read through this question, it's basically saying that this lady is a UK size 12 and she's saying that all of the clothes that she likes in these curve ranges or the plus size ranges start from around a 16. Now that is because in fashion, it's a more polite way of saying that this collection is designed for someone who is slightly fuller in figure. And this question basically says that she is a curvy girl of size 12, but all of the stuff in the curves is size 16 plus, so it doesn't really fit her correctly. Okay, so the next question is, what do you wish you would have known before entering the fashion industry? Oh, okay, so what would I have wished I would have known? In all honesty, I wish I would have known to be a bit more patient, and I wish I would have known how hard it is to be in fashion. I think the main thing about my channel is I'm trying to help people get into fashion and sort of curve their expectations when they get into fashion. I just assumed as soon as I got a job, I'd be traveling all the time, I'd be going here, there and everywhere. I'd be designing clothes, working on mannequins and all of that sort of stuff. Well, it's not the case. You as a new designer or someone who has just come in at an entry level or an admin level will not be traveling. It takes years to build up that, and even when I was a junior designer, I still wasn't traveling as much, but I was traveling a little bit and I was very grateful for that. I just wish I could travel more. And then when I became a designer, I was traveling a lot more, and then eventually got a bit tired of traveling because I was doing it so much. And now being redundant, I miss all of that. I guess for me, I wish I would have known that A, I should have been more patient, and that I should appreciate it as and when it happens, because now I'm redundant and I'm missing all of that travel and I'm missing the lifestyle that I had. That's something that I wish I would have known. Also, I wish I would have known more of Illustrator. When I was at uni, I did not learn hardly anything in Illustrator. I think we had 1 or 2 classes, and as I've said before, we drew a snail. I really wish there was more courses on Illustrator, and I really wish that it was more prevalent in my design course. That's what I wish I would have known more. Okay, so the next one. Trying a different style. Does this outfit suit me? Yes, I love it! Oh, it's so nice. I think you look really good. I think you look really cute. I love the skirt, I love the top, and I love the hat. I think you look really cool. Very 90s inspired, and I just think you look really on trend, so yes, it does suit you. So on to the next one. Fashion school. Hello, I've been considering fashion school, but I've started hearing that most designers don't actually get to sew or create actual garments after they leave college. Is it just sketching and managing? I love creating and sewing, but the business side of it doesn't appeal to me as much. Now, I get asked this question quite a lot, and it depends what career you want to go down. If you want to go into the higher end haute couture, then yes, you will be sewing, you'll be pattern cutting, you will be doing all of that sort of stuff. And even some brands I know have got pattern cutters and sample machinists on site. So it all depends what brand you want to go for. Now, the business side, yes, no matter what job that you go into, you will have to work on the business side because it's a business. You can't just be doing all the nice sketching and draping and not get involved in the business side. You have to become a business person yourself. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Most designers in the industry, yes, don't sew, don't sort of pattern cut or anything like that. I am one of them designers. I can sew and I can pattern cut, but it's one of the skills that I've let drop a little bit because my main focus was on the design. Especially in fast fashion, where you're working on new designs every day, you physically would not have the time to pattern cut the way that we did at university. So it all depends on the career path that you want to go in, and it all depends on what kind of level of design that you want to go into, whether it be high street fast fashion, mid-level high street, high-end or haute couture. It all depends on what career you want to go into. Okay, so another style question. What kind of jeans are in style for men? I need to buy jeans that are considered in. I'm a 25M. I assume he means he's 25 and male. So, skinny jeans are out. Don't buy any skinny jeans. I haven't seen many people wear skinny jeans for a good year, maybe a year and a half. The kind of jeans that are in now are loose-fitting, baggy, very 90s inspired, light washed denim if you can get it, or slightly acid washed. It's all about the cut. It's all about the fit. Go and check out brands like Weekday, Forever 21 and Urban Outfitters. They are your perfect bet for a nice, modern jean. Advice for a fashion school interview. In a few weeks, I'll have an interview to pursue a fashion design degree, and I would love to know if anyone has any advice that could help me. Either questions that you've been asked during the interview or how to prepare for it. Okay, now this is a great question. First thing is, you need to get a portfolio ready, and that is, you don't necessarily need a curated portfolio like you would if you're going into an industry job. You just need a collection of all your work. It's going to be a very informal meeting, and basically they're going to go through your work and they're just going to ask you questions about it. How you got to that end product, how you got to the style. Take a few garments, take a few things that you've made and really know what you want to say about them. What was the concept? What did you do to get to the end product? How did you make it? What did you like doing about it? Kind of questions that they're going to ask you are all of them, plus a lot about you. What are your hobbies? What do you like to do? Really kind of consider your answers, because you don't want them all to be too related around fashion. What people want to see is a fully rounded student. If your hobby is reading fantasy, or if your hobby is drawing or anything like that, make sure that you're talking about it, and also make sure that your personality comes through as well. Yes, it's a university course and they want the best kind of people that are on the course, but they also want the right atmosphere for the course as well. So make sure you're being yourself, make sure you're being bubbly and friendly, but overall, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Okay, so the final question. When you got into university to study fashion, did you already know how to sew, or did you learn it later on? So, I already knew how to sew. We had sewing classes, very limited, at high school. And then when I went into college, my course actually included textiles, fashion design, and graphics and all of that. It was called a BTEC National Diploma in Fine Art and Design. And we learned how to use sewing machines, we learned basic construction skills, but it wasn't necessarily making garments, it was more making art installations and making art pieces. So one of the things that I made was a deconstructed jacket that had loads of embroidery and print and all of that sort of stuff on. The jacket was then cut up and then re-put together with Kimballs. So it was more artistic. It was really trying to get you out of your own way of thinking and really try to be a bit more conceptual. But I did know how to sew. When we went to university, that's when we learned about different stitches. That's when we learned about piping. That's when we learned about French tuck. That's when we learned about mitered corners and all of that sort of stuff. So you will learn a lot of the sewing on the course. Okay everyone, so that was different questions that was asked on Reddit about fashion and fashion related topics. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to click that beautiful red subscribe button down below. Please also check out my Etsy shop where you can buy cards and vectors to help support you in your everyday design life, and it really helps support this channel. Otherwise, I'll see you here every Monday or Thursday with a brand new video. Alright, okay, thanks for watching. Alright, bye. Tra tra tra. Bye.